Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThatUmbrellaGuy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me. I'm a man.
You know what? I talked to your mayor.
Stomping the floppy shoes so hard, it'll leak the class delirious. You praying to stop so much, it's like you're having a religious experience. Despite all of your denials, I know that you know me. And your crew asked your girl the last time she phoned me. Allegedly, just admit that even now you sing along. And even after I wreck you, you gotta bump my song. You should copyright loser because the dictionary cloned you. Crushed so hard, now my cleats own you. It's that umbrella guy, clutching the verbal hammer, locking you down in this inescapable syllable slammer. You wanna step up and try to oppose me? Yeah, you should ask anyone that really knows me. I'll take your blame, your girl, your dog, and move in your home, only to get out the verbal flamethrower and consume your plastic gnomes. You trip, you whip, you ride, your pride consumed by this mic hitter, just to drop them on the market to the highest bidder. It's that umbrella guy, live from the hat rack, with elbows that hit so hard you'll think it's a nuclear impact. I mean respecting you, please, that's the word you'll never earn. Yet another lesson you clowns have never learned. Along with standing tall in pride and repping values that you feel, and not fake morals you found inside your happy meal. I listen to you with your speaking style education, wondering if your parents bred with their relations. Wearing your big red nose and still thinking that you're a star, while you're forced to bump that umbrella guy inside your clown car. Yeah, it's that umbrella guy, broadcasting live to the masses. Timing out full, sorry we ran out of free passes. We gotta go further and not just expose you. Listen and believe royalty, we gotta depose you. Getting masked up because this flow is criminal. Dropping hammers so hard, they're subliminal. Unconsciously you want me to own you, as the parasol pope is set to dethrone you. And I'm out.
All right, what's up, baby? What's up? Love it. Ugh. Brand new day, brand new and now. By the way, something massive happened today. I just found out about. Now, I'm not going to cover this today, but I figure you might actually find out about this a little bit later. I'm not sure. You know, I don't know other people's plans, but yeah, something really big happened today. Would you like to know about that, by the way? I mean, this is like no joke. This isn't about 56K, or this is something massive, like big time. Now, yes, am I teasing you? Sure I am, of course, because I was like, oh, baby. What if I were to tell you that there has been another lawsuit hit the racks? That's right. Yes, indeed, baby. There has been another lawsuit filed. Can you smell it? I smell the suing in the air. Oh man, that's right. It is a lawsuit that, well, let's just say one Jeremy Hales seems to be back in the market for suing others. Now, I'm curious if he'll bring all of that up. Like I said, I'm not going to cover that without somebody else here. I've made plans on what I'm covering today. This just popped off. So we'll talk about it tomorrow as far as everything in it. We'll get all of that rolling. But yes, the lawsuit has popped off. Oh my goodness. Yep. It is indeed. It is legit too. Yep. Just found out about that. So like I said, he's going to bring, I have no idea what he's going to do there. Let me 1 second here. Check something out. Yeah, I don't know what the plans are. Like I said, I know he has a show, and I know, you have everything that goes on, and maybe that'll be a big hitter announcement today. That doesn't have a reason why I'm not covering, by the way, because like I said, I don't know what people are doing, if they planned or not planned. I have no idea. But yes, indeed. As in, when I'm saying this, I want you to understand what I'm saying here. I'm not saying that there's an idea that there's going to be one. I'm saying that there legitimately is one. So just noting that, and I always find this fascinating because over and over again, we're told that this stuff isn't going to happen, by certain people. And it does. And it does. I also wanted to know something today. I want to mention something real fast. So I noticed people talking about a shirt out there, right? And I am curious about this. Okay, so I went and looked this up. I hadn't looked this up yet, but I went and looked this up today. So there's a shirt that was advertised by Yale Jeremy Hayden channel, right? They kicked off some merchandising, which who cares typically, right? Like that wouldn't matter, except interestingly enough, there's a channel called Straight Out of Content. You see them there. They make all kinds of stuff. I mean, you see them. That's their logo. So I'm curious. Like that is actually their logo. So that is 100% them. like there's no change or anything. So I'm like, did you get permission to do that? Because if not, if you did, hey, no muss, no fuss, right? But if you didn't, and I mean, this isn't like a little channel like popped off and nothing. There is a channel. You can see them. They are almost 37,000 subscribers strong. They have put out quite a few videos. And I mean, this is their logo. Like it's 100% their logo. I mean, if you look at those two together, like I said, somebody was nice enough to put these two together. And look at that. I mean, there's no way that's not the same. I mean, it's 100% the same logo. So I really hope they got proof. They got permission to do that, because otherwise that might be bad. But I mean, I don't know. That's just a question. Like I said, it's funny. Last night I heard something too. I did actually, for once, I did tune into some hater channel because I wanted to know about some of the insanity that had been going on. 56,000 again. I am leaning toward that being 56,000 pounds, by the way, now, after the discussion that was had last night. I believe that we are being told that that is 56,000 pounds. Now, what was funny about that is there was this huge denial. I mean, even about conversion rates, Well, 1 second. Let me pull this up here. 7 pounds to USD. So there were, I mean, these weirdos, they were even trying to deny the conversion rates. And somebody put up a thing about conversion rates. Oh, like conversion rates back in the day. That might have been how much stuff was, but those numbers, like, they're not legit now. The numbers that were there. Yeah, okay. So you heard me type this in, right? You heard me typing away on my computer. I asked the simple question: how much is 56,000 pounds into dollars, since there seems to be a little bit of that can't be that much. Oh yeah, so there it is right there. Check that out. Look at that number. So if you're converting over, yes indeed, Leo, that is indeed the number. 70,739 USD. So when we're talking about conversion rate, it's been wild listening to everything, the denials and more. What's also been very interesting is finding out the plans for lawsuit going forward too. Like that's been, and I'm talking about them and their admitted lawsuits. You know, last night we had the audacious question of, hey, guy that's asking about your 56,000 pounds, are you going to donate money to a lawyer here? You know, and apparently we had a follow-up post with that. Let me pull that up while we're talking here, right? Just to make sure that this, and then we're gonna talk about all kinds of fun stuff today. But this was really interesting. So Marla, who actually made that comment, you know, was asking for more money from the guy that was saying, hey, where'd my 56K, where'd that go? We get this. This also was posted. The problem is that David R. won't message Lisa so she can show him receipts and show it publicly. They want public. Every person, when you're running donations for a project, this is supposed to showcase public-facing transparency. I've said this for freaking months now when all of this kicked off. And really, you know, not to be an asshole, but I feel, I don't know if I feel bad for donors that get scammed by these people. Like again, these folks, they made sure to announce that they don't listen to any of us. Like what we say, well, okay, well, if you got scammed in the aftermath, I don't think anybody should get scammed, but we all told you, not just me or Megan, or I'm talking about all you folks and everything else. We all told these people, like there is no proof. Actually, this is even more interesting. So talking about the amount of money too, you know, there's been the question of, do certain people know how much money has been raised? Well, maybe they posted about that. Let's check and see what they had to say. Here's what their posts. Look at this. No, we have not asked for more money, while people are asking for more money so they can have more money for a lawyer. So that's a lie right off the bat. Money is being asked for in your name. So if you're not asking for it, then you need to shut that down, right? I mean, if that is not tied to you, that is either a huge lie or, but the second part of here is really where it gets interesting. We do not know the amounts given. We don't know how much money has been raised. That's what that says, does it not? Straight up. So they have no idea how much money has come in. To me, that is a wild freaking statement. The people who the money is supposed to go for, and again, I will address this to Preston and to Cook. Are you telling me that you're filtering money through people? They think that a lot of this has to do, they're doing this because they think that they don't have to pay any money with taxes. And I'll show you another post on that in just a second to really prove what I'm saying with this again. But that's not the case. See, they think because it's gifts that they don't have to pay. Well, there's a set amount. I believe it's, what is it, 17 grand or something. I'd have to look at the exact number there. But after a specific amount, you do have to report gifts. Otherwise, people would get away with just funneling money into families and more. You know, there are cutoffs for that. So this money that's being brought in that you're saying, I don't even know the amount to. We aren't talking, like I said, we're not talking about chump change anymore. Like before, we thought these were a few $1,000s. Now we're finding out again, 56,000 pounds, $70,000. We could be talking about money raised, if not close to six figures, we may be talking about surpassing six figures. Like, that is an insane amount of money. And they're asking for more money. What's really interesting is going back. I knew I'd heard a clip before. And when the first donation, like with David, when the big donation came in, we had a certain someone going out crying about it, saying that that would be enough to finish the barn. Huh. That would be enough to finish the barn. Specifically stated. Now we get into this weird vortex of just oddity about fences and more. In fact, the fence thing has been really interesting. Somebody posted about this too. We'll come back to this in just a second too. But somebody posted about the fence mess. And I thought they had a good point. Let me find it here. So I'm going to pull this up. Since this is a public post anyway, I'm going to pull this up. It's on ye old Facebook. This was posted in the quote-unquote fan page, the What the Hales fan page. It was Tug and Megan. I just wanted to point out that the fence was paid for by the donated gift cards. Yeah, what happened to the gift cards? What happened to all of that? That is fascinating, isn't it? None of David's money went towards the fence. In fact, that has been a weird conversation. So listening to some of the damage control from last night over the amount of money, and like I said, I'll go over a few things within this, but it was fascinating how the fence got brought up, because apparently now, as part of the narrative, now they actually bought a more expensive fence than what they had advertised before. So, you know, the supposed receipts from before where they showed you everything. No. That wasn't the real thing. They actually paid more money, they say. It's mind-boggling. It's something else. Like, this is such a bizarre world. Apparently, though, they're saying that they paid more money. And some of that money, too, the way that they stated it at first. So this has been going back and forth. Originally, the way not just myself, but other people seem to take this was they were saying that they paid money out of their own pocket. No, now apparently it's supposedly money out of David's pocket, because that money, the gift cards didn't cover concrete. It didn't cover all the posts. I'm sorry, cement. I said concrete. It didn't cover the cement. That's what the wording was for there. But it didn't cover the posts and more. So they're trying to tell me that some of that money got whittled away. Now, how much money out of that best case scenario, how much money could have been whittled away on one piece of privacy fencing? We're not talking about 4 privacy fence, like an entire squared off house. We are talking about 1 row of fencing, and that's it. One area facing the road. Now, there's also been discussions about labor. I hope to God when they're talking about labor, they mean labor to come, not labor already provided, because, well, you saw the labor provided for the fence. I hope some of those people weren't getting money out of that. Like, they weren't being paid and then saying that they were volunteering time and effort. Weirdly enough, they were also talking about how they had to pay for delivery of materials and more. And it was like they make it sound like, this fence costs tens of thousands of dollars. No, no, they put out a total at one time. And now, apparently, again, like Chris here said, gift cards. That's what all this stuff was supposed to be covering. People spend a massive amount of money with gift cards. And as far as HG Christmas, let's just note it right here, that included decorations that were Amazon gifts. Now, the cash donations, have they actually gone to anything? I mean, are we talking about cash donations? Like, what exactly has been paid for that wasn't donated? And I'm talking about gift card donations and item donations. Where do you get into the cash portion? There's also this weird narrative now too, that that super chats were just meant to be super chats. Now that'd be a weird thing. Now I'm going to give you an example here. If I said, hey, tonight's stream, we're going to start taking up money for X, whatever that is. We're going to be bringing up, we're going to do this thing. It's going to help out this family. And you start giving money. Then like, yeah. And I don't correct that. I don't say, no. I don't mean that now. I mean that later. Wouldn't you assume that all of your money that is going in those time periods is going toward whatever that is? Would you think that that was going into the person doing that's pocket? In that moment, would you think that me saying again, I'm going to do this thing for other people, would you think I'm actually collecting money for myself? And I would come back later and say, yeah, actually, if you didn't mark it in your super chat, then that didn't happen. Because that's not what was noted at first. Like it's weird because the goalpost, it doesn't move. It's like it's shipped to another country. I mean, this stuff is so bizarre to keep up with. Oh my God, I can't. Some of this really makes my brain hurt, as I'm going through everything. Yeah. By the way, I noticed something. One second. Yeah, here's the thing too. So Vanessa noted, last night the chat lost their minds as 2 regulars actually asked for the links to the hater show. Yeah, they wanted to watch the CRAZIER there. After randos came in and let us know they were live. Do you have an air horn to sound? Depressed when the chat goes wild. Thanks. No, but I will say this, and thank you for the super chat there, that if randos are coming in telling you they're live, ban them. They aren't part of this chat. Ban them. They are, if they're linking in, well, mute them. I don't mean ban them, mute them, because they are doing something that we said they're not supposed to do. They're not supposed to be pushing other people's shows in the middle of ours. And that's them trying, hoping to God they can disrupt. That's what they were doing before. And they were so mad. That's why they moved to the same days that Megan and I were doing stuff on. And we're like, fuck it. We're going to do it every day then. Every day's a holiday. Every day. But last night, I mean, again, even I caught some of that. Oh my God. Now, normally what I do, and I'm actually going to give somebody a shout out in this just to make sure. Now, you'd actually have to use Facebook for this. I typically hate Facebook. So I typically would not shout out Facebook, but I'm going to do this right here. There is a profile that gives fun breakdowns of all of the insanity that goes on. And that would be IWS YDHT. I watch, I say stuff, so you don't have to. I watch so you don't have to is what it is, but I always put I put 2 S's in there. But it's I watch so you don't have to, right? Now, their breakdowns are always fun too, because what they do in this stuff is they give you pretty good breakdowns of everything that's happening through all of the live streams. It was funny as well because this was brought up. I thought this was funny. They kept saying, she was like, now Tug is having a stream saying I stole $56,000. No, first of all, if you look at the headers in my channel, they have question marks, exclamation mark, because we're questioning stolen. And the person that is saying that you stole the money, that would be the guy that donated the money to you. That would be the guy I would think you would handle this with and not have treated like a teetotal jackass. But of course, it's easier. Man, they had a meltdown, like all their people. Look, it's funny. Like they try to sell this to these folks too. Oh my God, look at them. It is funny. Check this out. Before their stream, I got sent screenshots. Some of them myself I saw, but yeah, thanks to Guapo and Super Dave's live stream under orders from the donor David R, allowing him to slander. I can do as he pleases. Tug has now immortalized it as a thumbnail. That mean old Tug. That mean old Tug. That mean old David. That mean old Guapo. That mean old Super Dave. How dare that Tug? Oh my God, fun times. Oh, it's so funny. What's even better in there, though, is stuff like this. Oh my God, he's a liar. Remember, this guy, again, you really have to think about the circumstance. Imagine that you gave $70,000 to somebody. Okay, imagine you gave that to help out, and you went from they all love you to people being riled up so much and being fed so much mis or disinformation. Because again, the thing that would clarify this would be receipts, but they don't offer receipts. What they do is they tell you, well, the labor is going to cost $10,000. Well, that's not an expense now. Do you still have all that money? That's none of anybody's business. Yes, it is fucking everybody's business. It is, because you didn't get that. Again, we know, like, the confirmation on the total was there. Now they started trying to worm away from that. And what was really weird about that is they started talking about it like it were super chats. Like he gave 50,000 or 50,000 plus pounds in super chats. I'm going to say if somebody dropped the total of, 70K into streams, someone would have noticed that. Plus, that would be insane. I mean, you think about that. If we were talking 70,000, but see, that's, like I said, somebody would have captured that. They would have definitely got some pictures of it and more. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, I'm telling you tonight. Let me just say this though, before I get ahead in this again. I really want to hype Jeremy's stream tonight because Jeremy's going to he's going to have so much fun with this. I mean, you think about this. All right, more clarity on a lawsuit coming. More discussion over the $56,000. Oh, that stream is going to be golden tonight. It is going to be golden. All of you are going to enjoy it tonight. It's going to be so much fun. But imagine though, okay, so I got sidetracked for a second. That does happen. It does happen a lot, but give me a minute. Let me see. What was that conversion? I want to get an exact amount on something. All right, just give me 1 moment here, okay? So what was that? Maybe 1 second. I'm doing something. I'm figuring out a total because I want to tell you what the total would be that they're trying to. Okay, so you think about this. If the guy would have given $70,739.20, that would be the exchange rate right now, or 56,000 pounds through YouTube. We would have seen that, first of all, right? But also, that would have knocked off $21,000 because that would be how much YouTube would take of that, which is a wild amount of money. So, of course, we didn't see that go through the front gate. It went through another app. So this brings up a bunch of interesting questions. First of all, they're talking about like app charges and more, which, again, There was no YouTube taking 30% of that. They would take a small percentage of it, of course. Any app takes a percentage. You know, the different apps, the ones like Cash App, Venmo, or whatnot, you know, not whatnot, but you know, I'm saying the word whatnot. Those apps, though, they take a much smaller percentage. And you know that's what they went through. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, they lost. Hell, let's knock them off 10 grand, right? You still would be talking $60,000 in conversion. Now, I would really like someone to explain to me, though, how they were saying they need more money. They were saying insulation alone is going to cost $15K. $10,000 is going to be labor. We got to get blueprints. What? Material. What? Got to get, by the way. Okay. So you're telling me that money won't cover this project? Because what I heard there is, what I heard there is a lot of stuff that, well, when you add it all together, it should pretty much clear up that entire amount. Again, that fence did not, I repeat, did not take that much money. But okay, so last night they really went into 2 points. Number one, only 2L number one knows how much money was given. That was the first point in the live stream that was brought up. You know, and again, the only reason to bring these people up, honestly, is because they are talking about a substantial amount of money. See, last night, let me pull this up. If anybody, for one, let me just note this too. If somebody doesn't understand what's going on, let me bring this up just for the people. Then maybe I'm not going to go over everything with it. If you're wondering what happened, you had a pop off yesterday. You had a pop off in the storage channel, you know, with Stupid Dave and Guapo. You had them. Basically, this guy right here has been a big donor to all of these folks. Only me. This would be David. Okay. David the donor. David the donor starts bringing up 56,000 or 56,000, which again, he is not a U.S. citizen. So they started talking about conversion rates last night too on the Deflection channel. All right. So that really makes me believe that we are talking about 70K. As out of nowhere, they start bringing up, you don't really know what the conversion rates are. You know, back when it might have been $1.50 per. All you got to do is type it in the fucking thing and see how much it is. You can look it up. That's what people are coming up with the total from. So that isn't conspiracy, by the way. But with the discussion, you see all of this popping off. You know, you see all of the 50K. I mean, there's a lot of it, you know, and it was fun to watch pop off. But the fascinating thing was when it starts getting really going, we actually have not only attacks on one another, because they start attacking everybody, but through all of this mess, we have, yes, deflection, and we also have confirmation of the total. You know, you can see some of these. Oh, Martin's in production. Everything else, I've done everything I've said. Where are the banners, by the way? I'm curious about the banners. What happened to those? I mean, just to note, what did happen to the banners? I thought the banners, you know, they only showed 5 banners. And going back, somebody mentioned this to me in a message, which I did think was interesting. There were a lot of other people that gave money for banners. A lot of them. And all those banners didn't go up. In fact, banners haven't really gone up, have they? You know, people paid for the harassment of Jeremy Hales. They were like, oh, we're going to stick this in his face. You know, every time he drives by, you're going to get to see the name of the hated channels. But isn't it Weird. Like nothing happened with that. They also the memorial. So there was some talk about the memorial yesterday too. And the weird thing is that we keep getting weird deflection on this memorial as well. I don't even understand the deflection, to be honest. Like you had LMNOP actually deflecting on it. And some of her deflection, I don't know, it kind of confused me. I didn't even understand the, like, let me see if I caught that. I don't know if I have that one. Yeah, they were talking about memorial here. And I was like, I don't even understand what the fuck they're saying here. Like, what does this even mean? Technically, a new survey was not done, but pegs were found and remarked. And the trees with the memorial does not belong to anyone's property but to these people. I was like, what does that even mean? You know, what the fuck does this mean? Is there a memorial or isn't there? You all went out, you used it to attack Jeremy Hales on a quote unquote memorial that, again, there was some decoration. They can't even clarify which thing they were talking about. Some days it sounds like they're talking about a roadside memorial, like there was a little roadside thing that had been put up. Other times it sounds like they're talking about this thing that we saw on a video that was quite old, by the way, but it was basically some ribbon tied into some trees. They were like, oh, he took it down. No proof whatsoever, by the way. No proof at all that it actually not been blown away with all the Florida weather. Let me get a drink. One second. I'll take a drink. Gotta have one of my my lovely get going pills. Give me a second. Oh, those are awful. Ugh. Sorry about that. I had to take one of my blood pressures. You know, it's fascinating. Those things do such good work. They do. They prime me up. I'm like, ooh, baby, I'm better now. But anyway, some days they bring up, again, one or the other, but then it all just went away. The last thing we really heard about that was one donor had pulled out and they weren't going to. It's all on pause, I suppose. So this big deal, essentially, you know, they always like talking about how Jeremy Hales uses all this stuff for ammunition online. Man, they attacked him out of the blue about a memorial for them that he said, yeah, it was fine. It could stay there forever. They threw this weird fit about, again, something you could tell he was like, I don't know what the heck it's all about. And then they didn't deliver. And now they have all these weird freaking statements about it that are, I'm like, what does that even mean? Like, what do these things mean? Here's this other thing. Let me show you this too. This is, there's just so much fun. Actually, let me show you, let me go back to the one statement and then I'll follow it up with another. Okay, so we got we do not know the amounts given, and we will use all we've gotten to get as far as we can, then go from there. I did not beg for any more money from anyone. Now, again, you saw yesterday, they were asking David the donor for more money. At 100%, they were asking the man for more money. They were like, hey, by the way, would you consider giving to a legal fee? They definitely wanted him to give more money. It's so strange too. When you're like, hey, can you guys show me where my money went? You don't expect somebody to come back and be like, yeah, do you think you would actually donate some more money? I mean, would you expect that? I wouldn't. I wouldn't, but then again, you know, I wouldn't do a lot of the things that these people do. I was stunned that they asked him to donate more for a lawyer, and they followed that up. I'll show you the follow-up again on that in just a minute. But give me a second here. They also added in, so This was funny to me. They were like, do your own research, people. No one needs to pay tax on any money given to us through donations, as they're considered gifts. That's actually not true. Gifts only go to a certain amount. After a certain threshold, you have to report them. Otherwise, like I said, people would just be gifting money to hide it all the time. You know, the government likes its money. They like you to pay for things. They don't like to pay things on their own. So this idea that you can funnel money into one person and then somehow keep it off this other person, that is not true at all. But what this tells me, see here, so call the IRS or anyone you want. They gave freely and with thank you. They're telling you to call the IRS. By the way, she invited you to call agencies about it. She told you to. Okay. You know, the one thing that really is bad for them in all of that, telling them to say, hey, you all mention that to other folks, is again, they have been pleading indigence. They have been saying in a courtroom that they cannot afford to switch off lawyers or do anything really, because if they did, it wouldn't just be a problem of time, it's a problem of money. But then you find out that they actually have access to more money than a lot of people probably, you know, I don't know how many of you have access to $70,000 right now. Like you could access that amount of money. Now, I would argue that maybe they can't access it either, because these people have basically, they have set up a way where they can get their hands on it either. But, you know, besides that part of it, they actually have had access to quite a bit of money. And I wonder, with this statement here, I wonder, is this the truth? If it is the truth, I would want to know how much money people have raised in my name. I think they also know if the money spigot cut off. See, 2Ls have managed to put together quite the grift for these people. Quite the fucking grift. It is crazy. It is the biggest grift they've ever had. They've never, if you look through their past and all of the GoFundMes and asking for money for this and that, they've made some money. I mean, they did make they did talk about buying a vehicle with certain money, getting back money. I guess that's from the government, actually. So I guess they never had this much money, even we're near it. But, and then maybe they're afraid to cut off the money spigot. I'm not sure. But I'd really want to know how much is there. I mean, if that's legit, because again, you're talking about one donor. Like they're telling us they don't know how much has been made. But if you're talking about one donor giving $70K, how much money has come in? I mean, these people may be sitting on, again, $100,000 or more. Like, that is mind-blowing. You got all these fucking people that hate Jeremy Hales for whatever reason. I did find out a little bit more background, I guess, on the 2L, how they came into play. So that's fascinating. On the background with, well, let's just say certain. I don't know if I'm not going to throw in certain names. I mean, I thought about it, I'm like, well, I don't know if that's been noted publicly or not, if it's really well known. But finding out their connection to other folks, other channels, it made a lot of sense in there. And then when you put into all these other folks, again, some of them are minute channels that they needed something to latch on to. Other ones, again, you have people like Ray, who, I mean, he's nothing without this. He's barely something with it. He's barely getting by as it is. But you have like Stupid Dave. Like yesterday, I was fascinated seeing on that storage thing, they were talking about Megan. I mentioned this last night, and they kept saying, well, these tiny channels, And I was thinking, man, Megan's got a much bigger channel than you do, dude. Like, do you think you've got a monster channel? They had like 37,000. Again, I'm not insulting channels at any size. What I'm saying is the ego to it was just amazing to me. They were so butthurt. In fact, they were so butthurt over Megan making a comment last night. It kind of cracked me up. They were all, they were trying to say that, let me see if I've got that. I don't know if I have I was trying to see if I had one. I've got a bunch of screenshots for us tonight, which we'll go through all of them. Maybe it's mixed into this one, but it was funny because there's all this crying about Megan, and they were, get this, they're trying to say now that because Megan saw what was going on, Jeremy saw something going on, that apparently this David the donor is actually a Jeremy plant, or that's him. Like some of these, I was like, are you kidding me? This guy gave, again, 70 fucking thousand, not considering all the other money. Do you think Jeremy Hales would give you fucking 6 figures? Are you kidding me? Like, that is the dumbest conspiracy. But that's the way it goes, man. If you don't link hands and sing Kumbaya with these weirdos, apparently you are Jeremy Hales, everyone. And it's not just a blame Jeremy. That's even, you've become Jeremy, which is such a strange thing to me. Look, I'm going to show you some screenshots. These are pretty funny. Actually, I would encourage you again, though. I mentioned that that I watch stuff so you don't have to. Like, if you really want a breakdown of some of the stuff that goes on and you want to be entertained, we should read one of those. You want to read one of those? Like, they're pretty funny. I like them. And let me show you one, okay? There was a 2-parter yesterday. Let me read one of these to you. So this is, again, they go through, they have nicknames for everyone that comes in. So part 1, well, the circus has arrived YouTube. We have ringleader, clowns, singing fat ladies, trapeze artists, big money, and a whole bunch of spectators. Woo-wee, what a performance. The show starts way before the stream, like hours before. Little old boner man started to stream about the evil fighting and accusations that arrived in streaming. All the performers were there. Things got a little heated, and the next thing you know, a rumor has it that DD, if you're wondering, like, who are all the players? Again, you've got all the folks up here, just in case. DD, that would be David the donor, aka only me. So allegedly, David the donor, he summoned Stupid Dave and OV, let's see, OV, Ohio Voldemort. That would be Mr. Storages himself, to do their own stream. I followed the 2 puppies over to that channel, and yikes, the circus was starting to come to a hard simmer with promises of giveaways and an appearance by the elusive only me. I was Twitter-pated with excitement. This is going to be good. I had my snacks ready. Diet Coke was iced. I was settled in for a good show or two. It didn't take long for the ringleader to appear. With the tip of her hat, she let the planet know she was pissed. And that's true. You're talking about 2L number 1. David the donor had already let it slip out to the chat that he himself had given 56,000 pounds. That'd be, again, $70,000 plus. And the chat went wild. Non-believers questioned the amount. Believers had praise and hopes for a good show. Now, the ringleader, MMF, put in if you need to translate. So we'll go through. Who is that? Marble Mouth Flea. You're talking about 2L number 1. And a few of the little warriors were livid, and this was playing out. But there was nothing they could do. There's nothing to be done. The postings, all caps, sealed the deal. The ringleader was back in the corner. Oh, she was frothing. So it was a shit show, actually, with hosts that gave psychoanalysis, leading to a shower, dropped phone calls, and full mayhem. But the show in the main ring started at 10 p.m. I'd snuck away from the ending of my comfort show, tugging Megan to watch the chat and to keep my ears open. 2L number 1 made her ringleading appearance with a clown, BLF. Let's find out who BLF is. I like bootlegger flea. That would be 2L number 2. Arriving just moments later. The voice of 2L number 1 pushed out was laughing, lighthearted and lukewarm. You could feel the juju changing, though, the longer she pushed through the greeting for the night. 90% of the warriors knew what was happening, what had conspired, the deets. But then there were the clueless who just sat there with snow cones dripping down their forearms and popcorn buttered near their feet, dumbfounded and dumb. Cough, cough, cough. 2L number 1 throws a cough drop in her mouth. Ooh, smacks and slurps. Gross. 2L number 1 starts a recap of the stream we had just mentioned. Starting out with Raybo said, you could tell she's agitated and angry. The cough drop is getting mutilated in her mouth. I'd rather hear the coughing. She claims that Raybo was just a simple stream with the usual opinions of David the donor and donation accountability. 2L1 claims Raybo was upset because of, who is that? Miyagi. Who is Miyagi? Equal Fubar MD. Who is this? I don't know who that is. The talking dog. She evidently put evil thoughts into Raybo. Oh, that's the mod that went mad. They're complaining about. That one's really funny too. During the chat of the leather making stream, supposedly David the donor had started an attack on this person here. the rest made circus history. Raybo timed out David the donor. And yeah, so we go back to ring number 1. Our ringleader turns up the heat and her voice falters suddenly while going back over the melee on Raybo's stream. Now we have our 2L, and it sticks up for the one person saying she's a friend to all and has helped so many. Yeah, I'd get a dog to check that distemper, just saying. 2L1 claims that she even felt she was the one being attacked. Yep, she's mad that stupid Dave mentioned that David the donor did nothing wrong. The cry of 2L claiming David donor is allowed. She does say this, by the way. He can do everything that he wants. He's allowed to do anything he wants. And she said, I wrote this down. I made a few cliff notes. She actually said, it hurts my feelings. Did you know? I mean, right now, there are repercussions to what you did. Actually, it says it right here. There are repercussions. You know what those repercussions are? You have Tug out there doing a live stream on this. Oh, it's so amazing. It was so funny. But yeah. He can do anything he wants. I was stunned by how that's funny. They're supposed to go in and shut him down while he's complaining about the 70K. He's supposed to get banned from jail. They're telling you. He could, if he can say anything that he wants. So him wanting clarification on all this money, he should be banned from it. Gotcha. That's what you get with these folks, by the way. The monkeys even stop to listen as the anger comes to a soft boil. A lot of people are getting pissed. They're getting timed out. And David Donor doesn't have consequences. And I understand, or something like that. Not a direct quote. However, I got pissed. That is it. I'm done. She actually also said, like I said, it hurt my feelings. That was a direct quote. Hurt my feelers. There it is. Actually, she rage quit about 5 times in the chat. And that's true, too. She did. She kept quitting and coming back. 2L wants to tell her side, even though it hurt her feelers big time. But the repercussions right now as we speak, what happens on 2 Lives today? Okay, 2 Lives. Nothing that Storage Boy and Stupid Dave had a live chat on what happened. Well, the repercussion is now Tug is live saying I stole $56,000. No, Again, I'm saying the donor says you stole $56,000. He wants you to give freaking transparency. But of course, you lie about everything else. Why would you tell the truth about that either? Oh, maybe not a traditional bank, but yeah, she did. The bank of David the donor. Now, you can see how this goes on. Like I said, and it's funny. I love it. If you want breakdowns of their streams, this is where you go. You actually got a double breakdown. I'm not going to go through it all. I want you to check them out. So you can see their name at the top. You see they actually break down all of this craziness. See how, I mean, that's a lot of work there. I really want to give love for this. It's entertaining. It's a fun time. You can see what led up to this. This mess right here. See, again, what I think got left out of the fray yesterday is the fact that a lot of this stuff starts kicking off on Bone Crusher's channel. Again, who are all these people? Why they matter? They don't to a point, but they do to a point. They are the anti-Hales ecosystem. The ringleader there that has been fundraising, they are being challenged by the biggest fundraiser there. And here's the problem that they run into. Channels are not going to cut off that person. Like typically they'll just shut down. Like if I went over there, they banned me. They banned Megan yesterday. They banned Megan in you had Fat Boy throw his little fit, and they banned Megan real quick. I can't speak. Let me start again. They banned Megan real quick because she had said, "Hey, David, I if you want help, I can help you get your money back." And they banned her really quick over there. And it was fascinating too. You had Stupid Dave. He goes into this thing. I started on this yesterday. I didn't get my point all the way through. He was talking about the two rent to own, the bully for hires. And he was talking about how he was going to do an interview with one of them, but Megan wanted it shut down. And I thought, well, that's fascinating. That guy, again, you've heard him directly say that he had relations with a person that he himself was calling a victim and attacking people on the behalf of. He was living with him, didn't disclose any of this stuff until she gets pregnant. Then when she gets pregnant, she has some statements about him that are very unflattering. And this guy, he turns on her. She's no longer a victim. She's now a false accuser. He attacks her, says that she's mentally unwell. So she wasn't mentally unwell before, but if you take that, so he was taking advantage of a mentally unwell woman then by his own thing. And he ends up, he has her baby now. So yeah. And she wasn't the only one. So they seem to be okay with that. They seem to be totally okay with that. That's so bizarre to me. Of course, they ignore all of that, too. I don't know any of that, dude. He told you yourselves, man. But anyway, let's get back to the point. So last night, the freaking, even before the channel stuff, look at this stuff. It's so funny. Oh, my God. I'm so pissed right now. All I can see is red. I'm so mad. Oh my God. Oh, they're so scared of. Oh my God. No, I like it too. They can't ignore me. This is their before. This is just sitting there talking. It's so funny. And they're talking about dropping. What's really fascinating about this is the fact that it is tearing apart their little ecosystem. It started tearing apart when it first kicked off, like again, many months ago. You remember that they had some huge fractures. Like right now, you have Stupid Dave and Ray. They seem to have their problems, even though they'll probably try to make nice publicly, but that problem is there. Then you have Storage Boy and his problems with 2L. He said he didn't know whether or not she was a scam, or paraphrasing, but he didn't know. He didn't know if she was a criminal. He didn't know. So that started it back in the back when, and it's kept going because this guy, David the donor, he puts real money on the board for them. And when he does that, they're not willing to kick him out. I don't think he should be muted either. I think 100%. I think it is jacked up that you can have somebody give that amount of money, ask for transparency, and him be treated like a dog. I think that's wrong. It doesn't even matter like who he is. When I think you'd have to be. He probably wouldn't let me saying this, but I don't give a fuck either. I would think you would have to be an absolute moron to give these people your money. With every warning sign out there, again, no transparency, no amount ever said at the beginning, and you still give that much money. Why would you do that? Everybody and their mother said don't do that, and yet it happened anyway, right? I mean, it's wild. It is wild. And again, this isn't about like super chats or anything. This isn't about channel funding. But if you look there, I mean, this stuff is so funny. Traitors. Only me couldn't be happier with himself. He's out to destroy just more than two. He's destroying all of them. All of them. He's destroying them all. I thought that was fascinating, you know? And you see that. You see it over and over again. You don't just see the attacks on David the donor. You see the attacks on, again, they're taking down old Storage Boy. They're taking down, you'll see Stupid Dave. But it's fascinating. They've all turned their channels, again, on this guy. Why would you give your money to this? You know? And people are noting, too. He asked, why does she need more money? I mean, is there something wrong with that? When they said point blank that would be enough to complete the projects before, why is it now not enough money? Is there a problem with asking that? Why? But I mean, again, that's a problem for these idiots too, because they didn't ask for transparency. These are just a bunch of morons that jumped on the Jeremy hate track, you know, and they didn't question any of the people that were out there that they linked up with. They just decided, these, you know, people like to watch successful folks fail. That's one thing that has happened over and over again. We've had shows dedicated to that. Again, if you remember back to things like VH1's, Where Are They Now? That was a show about redemption sometimes, but oftentimes it was about failure. And people, they like to tear other folks down, especially the ones that never build anything themselves, you know? And you see this over and over. Like I said, you know, Guapo and Dave. I just think it's funny. I love it. I usually won't use their real names on all this stuff, but they are getting tore up there. And again, some people are catching on that the money was for, it's not for these people. What he said was the money was for, the Preston family, for the specific things they noted. It's the same thing Shara said. Shara had a problem with money that she gave not going to the specific items that she listed. I don't think it's unfair to be like, hey, like if you gave $1,000 for medical, and somebody's like, oh, you're like, okay, well here, here's $2,000, and they're like, oh yeah, it pays everything. Hey, by the way, I need more. Well, they won't provide receipts, and it's not even for something like that. If it were medical, I could see it being a little more, a little more hidden, again, for your privacy. But we're talking about things you could show receipts for easily. And even if they get into showing receipts, the thing is, the real thing that you have to get into before that is how much was ever raised beforehand. Because we're not just talking about David the donor's money. Like, that's something I need to drill here too. Like, I really need you to catch on. We're not talking about 56,000 pounds total. We are talking $70,000 total. We are talking about one donor dropping that kind of fundage. So again, you could be very easily talking about 6 figures or more. We don't know. Now they'll deny, but nobody knows. I like though, you notice that. Look at them turning. And this is fascinating. So the hate, everybody's valuable as far as hate Jeremy, right? Until they don't do exactly one thing, like a small thing. They don't kick off this guy. They're not taking up for her. You know, by the way, I found this out too. So there was a discussion last night, and somebody actually went in and looked this up. So apparently, I believe it was in November the 20th, if I'm not mistaken. You had 2L number 1 saying, "Oh, I helped out Stupid Dave." Yeah, apparently, when they were picking up the HG websites, they did indeed pick up Stupid Dave's websites, his domains as well. They picked up net and org. You know, somebody looked that up just to see if that stuff was correct. And it was. So that's fascinating. You know, you keep all these people in line. You hook them in. And you have to wonder, too. These are folks that, where's the money come from? Where's the money to do half the shit that's going on come from? I mean, these people are being taken for like dildo rocks, excuse my word, but they sell little peen rocks and everything else. I mean, it's wild. It is wild to see. And all of it is, again, the entire ecosystem is built on 2 words: hate Jeremy. That's it. But they're like, oh, unsubscribing, dropping out. No more love for that dude. He's done. Hope I think I got a raider. Give me a second. I'll come back to this in a minute. Hey, what you doing, kiddo?
Hey.
Hey. What you doing? Come here. Come here. What you doing?
Hey.
Hey.
For a movie, it says it didn't get them. I want to ask for Cocomelon because I always watch Cocomelon chickies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hope they get Cocomelon. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I did find that.
Oh, you make a little heart. You make a little heart sign. Yeah, that's cute. Uh-huh. We all go watch something. Go.
Since he won't give me Cocomelon, can you text the
She won't give you what?
Cocomelon? I want to watch a Cocomelon, but her said no.
Well, why don't y'all agree on something together? Y'all talk together. You know, why don't you say you can watch? Me and you will watch one thing, and then watch what you want. You know, and y'all share like that. So go ask her to do it that way. That sounds fair, right? Love you. Yeah. You share though. Sharing is good. Sharing is caring, right? Shut the door. So she won't let me watch the show. I love the drama there. You know. Oh man, let's go back to this. Okay. I'm sure I'll have another raid, by the way. Again, they're like, they said Ray was mentally unbalanced. I was furious. I was so furious about Ray. Oh my God, dude. Like I said, I hate agreeing with one of these morons about anything. But like Stupid Dave was right in one thing. Like apparently during all this drama, if you decided not to join in, you were part of the problem, you know? The whole silence is violence kind of bullshit. Yeah, so since Stupid Dave wasn't out there calling out Dave the donor, then he was part of the problem. All right, well, I'll ask her to, go on.
Instead to watch Cocomelon with me.
Well, I'll ask her to share. I'm telling her. I swear. Let me see. I let my monitor fire back up. I killed my monitor there. Last time I pulled everything down while I heard it coming. This time I just killed the monitor. I like this little off switch over here. I got an extra off switch I can hit. It's like right across the thing. All right, there it goes. But they're whining about, oh my God, he's unbalanced. Oh, he said that Ray had a mental deficiency. How disgusting. I love watching them eat themselves. I mean, again, you just see it in the chat and how it plays out. You know? Then stupid Dave. He asks if David the donor wanted 2L number 1 to give the money back. How? It's been spent. Wait. So you're telling me, and this has been the thing, this is what's killing me here. It's all been spent already? Because we're being told that 15K is going to insulation and 10K for labor, but they're trying to talk the number down. I'm like, where's the money at then? Is there money left? Has it been spent? If so, how much? How much money is there? Man, fuck this. The police are going to have to be involved in this mess. They are. They absolutely are. Because it is a fraud that continues to fund. Again, it has violated the rule. Like Florida has very simple rules on that. Actually, somebody posted the rules on this too. Give me a second. I will come back to this stuff in a minute. But Florida actually has some pretty easily defined. You could just look up the rules on this. Give me a minute here. So in Florida, here's a post about that, right? In Florida, laws regarding raising money from others and documentation of money on YouTube are primarily governed by the following. Florida's Solicitation of Contributions Act. Yeah. Florida's Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act. It tells, again, what's on there. Key requirements, registration. Charitable organizations soliciting contributions in Florida must register with, they tell you who, unless exempt. Disclosure. Fundraisers must clearly disclose name, address, purpose, as well as the percentage of donations that will directly go to the organization, endeavor, whatever. Record keeping. They must maintain accurate records of contributions, including amount, date, donor information. They have to have that. YouTube specifics. YouTube specifically requires you for transparency. You must clearly disclose the purpose of fundraising, the intended use, and any relevant financial information. It has to be publicly transparent. When I say transparency, that is not me saying that, oh, I want public transparency. No, it has to be transparent to everyone, not just donors either. Everyone, 100%. That is a YouTube thing. Also, as far as YouTube, it has to be compliant with YouTube's rules or terms of service. Now, part of YouTube's terms of service off of that is setting it up as a fundraiser. You don't have to just clearly disclose that. You also have to fund it as such. YouTube does not want to take 30% of something because that looks really bad. You know what I mean? Oh, you're buying money. You're buying food for the homeless with your money. Oh yeah, here, give me $3 every 10. No, that doesn't look good. They don't do that. They tell you to set it up clearly and to clearly indicate that that's what it's about. There's a little thing that you have to check whenever you're filling out everything on YouTube. Like every time I set up a video and go live, I have to clearly check certain boxes and note that. And it's never disclosed. And that's a game they've been playing. Now, again, that does not mean that you can go back after the fact and be like, oh, well, we collected super chats, therefore it wasn't. No, you can't do that. That's fraud. And I would think that these people would be terrified of having fraud come back down on them, considering the records of the folks that are involved. One of them is like, I'm not a criminal. I don't. Well, you have a sketchy past. The other person that's there with you, that I'm sure has the ability to get into this money. I'm sure that they themselves, because it's all going to one place. All YouTube money goes to one place for sure. And they took money from there. You'd be talking about somebody with a fraud past. Conviction. Like that's a real problem. If they're refusing public transparency on that, then, I mean, how do the proper authorities not get involved? You know, we're just talking about YouTube drama. Like, they keep trying to make this about chat drama. It is not fucking chat drama over there. This is a real problem. Best practices, too. No. Providing regular updates. Indeed. You should have real updates. Not, we need more money. That's not an update. We talk about progress, fundraising, use of funds. That includes that. You can't just be like, out of funds. Transparent about fees. Yeah. Any fees, you know, that would be rather a YouTuber taking money or the fees that would be connected to the funding, whatever, right? Maintaining accurate records, consulting with an attorney, an actual attorney, not some fucking jackass that just decided to insert themselves coldly into stuff. See, this is 100% on that. There are laws that go with that, plus, again, platform violations. And the whole, I never ask for money is bullshit. I never ask for a cent. Like, that's been a go-to now, too. I never asked for any money. Bullshit. You know, it's said over there again. I listened to clips that people brought up about the memorial, for example. They 100% solicited money for that. And about the homes and other, they 100% solicited for the fence. I mean, fuck, where'd the banners come from then? If there's no solicitation for money, how did all these people get involved with this banner making bullshit? Somehow nobody's in charge. Money just flows in, but nobody asked for it. Are you kidding me? That may work with your bunch of dupes that sit over there. All of these people that want to call themselves warriors, but can't rub two fucking brain cells together and notice that these people are being scammed. Until you go out and you clarify this, they are being scammed. And it continues to go on. If you refuse public transparency, you are scamming them. I don't know how to make that any clearer. What a bunch of morons, man. And like I said, I feel bad for anyone that gets scammed. There's that part of me. But the other part of me is like, fuck y'all. Y'all are terrible human beings. All of them. Because they are dedicated to ruining one man's life. So my empathy meter on that is very low. On one part, I would be like, you gave what now? And on the other part of me, it's like, oh, man, that's pretty messed up, too. Because nobody should be scammed. But at the same time, fuck y'all for propping up these monsters. Ugh, anyway. That's just my moment. I already have no use for stupid Dave, especially when he said, atheists go to hell, a personal attack on me. Did he personally say that about you? No. People are allowed to have their opinion. You know, I deal with a lot of people with a lot of different political beliefs, social beliefs, religious beliefs, and more. And, you know, it's an interesting thing. I have people tell me things about their religions that I 100% do not believe. I do not take that as a personal attack. In fact, you know, if there are people out there in whatever their religious belief is that they're telling me about that to try to save me, you know? And again, I'm not using the correct terminology for every religion. I'm just saying, if you are trying to save my soul, you know, or whatever, again, goes into whichever religion, that is not somebody attacking you. It's somebody being like, yo, be better. And that's not a bad thing. God, man, I can't believe it. Fucking that moron. He broke down over the chat. I could not believe he sat there. He was like, the chat's so mean to me too. All these people, I can't take it anymore. I was like, dude, get the fuck off YouTube then, man. Like, honestly, get off the freaking YouTube stuff. I just cover this, Jeremy. I'm so burnt out, I can't take it anymore, but I do it for you. No, you do it because you hope that you'll get a morsel of affection from these people. You can tell us sad people, man. Sad fucking people. It's like y'all are family to me. Man, when you talk about other streamers, I don't mean you go folks on. I'm talking about with other streamers and stuff. Like, if that's your dysfunctional ass family over there. These people bonded over hating a guy. They got together over hating one person, not over anything positive, but ruining a guy's life. That family will eat its own. Said it for a while, and they're doing it now, you know? I mean, it's just amazing. Like, look at them all turning on each other. I just, like I said, got a bunch of screenshots of, and this is true too. David the donor said he doesn't want to talk to 2L anymore. Yeah. All he does is call names and throw shade. So mean, David the donor's so mean. What? Are you kidding me, man? Dude asked for clarification a month ago, and they've attacked him at every turn. So, of course, he's pissed off. Of course he is. I'd be pissed off too. You know? Ray is loyal. See, that's some bullshit right there, too. You know? Loyal. Like when you have to take purity tests for something, if I can't have my own opinions on something, then fuck them, man. Like, that's another thing. You know, there are, one of the things that these, I mean, they just have so much drama. And the drama, again, it's weird how when a guy, they were pretty soft on it. To be honest, Stupid Dave, he's soft anyway. But Stupid Dave was not willing to call this a fraud. He wasn't. And Storage Boy, he wasn't willing to. I don't even know what the fuck he was doing. He kept every 12 seconds, it was like, let's do a giveaway. He never gave anything away that I saw, but he kept saying they were going to give stuff away. And, oh, we're going to get David the Donor online. He's going to send him a link. I was like, oh my God. That was the worst live stream. Well, maybe not the worst, but it was pretty awful. It was funny watching the chat. That's why I was there, to be entertained by the chat. But God, I had to listen to other shit. I was just like, oh my God. Oh God, they were saying that she scammed an old man out of money. Is he an old man, by the way? Is he an old man? And again, you saw the clip with her saying, we don't know the amounts given. We don't know. We don't know. What's fascinating, this came up last night too. There was actually some question about why exactly her. Oh, there it is. Check this out. I wanted to find this. Look at this. You want to see something funny? So here's a good one. Look at this. This is all Jeremy's fault. And check this out. For Megan and Jeremy to be in both lives today is suspicious. And I personally think all of this, Jeremy is behind. They're trying to cause more conflict for views. Oh my God. You wanted to tell you, to be honest, like, this is the way this works. I enjoyed this case, not the calamity that it is. I think I'm helping out on something, and I enjoy the insanity that comes with it. So I cover it all the time, but it is not helpful to my channel. When I put out the video the other day on Blake Lively, you realize like this covering for so long, anything, you lose subscribers when you get to a certain thing. People just want you to keep moving. But I like to cover whatever is interesting to me. Covering the Lively thing. if I just switched over to that, oh, that would be what would actually build up subscribers and stuff. I got 307 subscribers added because of that video. But it ain't about subscribers. It ain't about the chase of conflict or more. It's about entertaining, laughing at stupid people, and doing what's right in that too. And these people, all they can do is say, when something comes up and they start eating each other, they're like, oh, it's somehow charming. No, maybe it's the thing of, it's a guy talking about them scamming him out of 56,000 pounds. Maybe that's what's attracting attention. You know, maybe it's not the Jeremy actually did it somehow. It just kills me when they say something like that. It's kind of funny too. Oh, Raider, what's up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since he got the Cocobella, they even do Cocobellas. Just play again.
Okay, well, okay, so she did it?
No.
Well, go ask her to help. Yeah, I tell her that I told her to play with you and stuff. Okay. Y'all supposed to play together and get together and have fun.
I want a game.
Well, tell her you want to play a game then. Play a game with her.
I made Cocobella. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea. You
Okay,
tell her about it. All right, close my door though, okay? That's so funny. I'm just laughing about these messages that I'm pulling up here too. Let me switch back over 1 minute. I'll pull those back up. I'm going through the stuff that got picked up there. You know, I've watched him for many years. Look, they're talking about Storage Boy. Look at them all turn on it, man. You know, I hate seeing him change. Look, they're talking about the exchange rate. You see this here too? Look, they're talking about exchange rate. So, like I said, with that 56K, yeah, they mentioned it last night as well. They did. They mentioned it last night too, while they were alive. They said, "Oh, no, nobody knows." And of course, there are two main points though, where again, no one knows how much money except you, 2L number one, and number two, I never asked for anything. That was their deflection. That was the main way you could break it down. But you can see they're talking about exchange rates in the chat. So that does mean that they are themselves bringing this stuff up. You know, this is funny too. So for the Christmas thing they put on for the kid, they said, you know, we had to go out and pay for wood and other things. It's like, wood? What? Are you kidding me? I mean, it's not like you built a shrine to Christmas. It was some ratty ass little set. I mean, are you kidding me? Come on, man. I wrote that down too. Wood and other things. But look at him turning on though. I've watched him for many years. I hate seeing him change. Papa and Dave were aware and allowed the chat to slander Lisa and Ray. They'd not even defend her at all. Even with all she's done for them both. Oh yeah. Oh, John Cook popping in. He's like, oh, we've got 110 feet of thin cable. Two clamps. Whoa. And 90 feet of banner. Oh, we've got that on hand. Okay, well, that's amazing. So is that what our $70,000 paid for? Is that it? Is that everything? Somebody brought up last night, though, too. Oh, I showed that one already. Oh, no. The blueprints had to first be read, so a material list could be created. So did they not spend the money? I'm so confused by these fucking people, man. They're like, at some points, they're like, the money, it's been spent. And at other points, they're like, we had to make a list. Because they're saying, now we're going to have all the wood ordered and delivered, then nails. So they're telling us they haven't even ordered anything. They haven't ordered any wood, no screws, no nails. What the shit, dude? I'm confused by it. Unsub from Super David Guapo. Ray never cut them down, and they bashed him. I'm angry. I'm angry about it. How dare you? Super Dave needs to apologize to Ray. Oh my God, I love it. There's the statement, by the way, of the it's tax-free. They're gifts. We don't have to pay taxes. Yeah. Okay. Just remember that. Remember that. Super Dave, you should use some time to reflect and work his program. Leave 2L alone. Unsubbed. I mean, they are running a straight up, and you of course they're going to say that they didn't do anything. Remember, here's the attack. Like, oh man, but they were also asking this, and I did think this was interesting too. How come LMNOP's comments kept disappearing that night? How come her comments, they seem to just poof sometimes? She'll say something and it might not look that good, and then all of a sudden, are there certain people that are watching her comments? And LMNOP, do you realize that you're muting out your comments to the rest of the world? Did you realize that? Like, some of your comments make it through. Some of your stuff is ghosting? Huh. So you don't know how much money you've got. You don't get your own voice on it. Isn't that weird? Huh. Almost like they don't want you to talk. They don't want you to know. It reminds me of that statement in oh God, what's that freaking movie? The Departed, you know? Yeah, they're like mushrooms, you know? You feed them shit and you keep them in the dark. That's what it is. They treat them like mushrooms. I like that. It's funny. Oh yeah, look at all this. So somebody broke down like one of these Marla conversations. This stuff is just fat. All of it is, you know. And again, Marla's she's one of the people that's been listed. And I adore Guapo, but the donor is sending him down the wrong path. What's next? The donor dividing Guapo from his family. What? What? Letting dude talk after giving that much money. You can go down the rabbit hole to the point, his family, he's going to abandon his children's. Well, what does that mean? I don't know if he has kids or not. I have no idea, by the way. It's just fucking weird, you know? But this is them going after it, isn't it? Most of us aren't acknowledged by the speaker because they can't pay attention to the chat and they keep the train of thought. Sometimes it's their channel, but the only reason I can think of for claiming to want his money back, but never actually asking Lisa, is for chaos and dissension between cooperating channels. And people are like, hey, if the donations have already been gifted and the receipts used, the gifted money, how can it be given back? Well, has it been used or not? How much hasn't? Give him his money back then. If you're not going to provide him transparency, otherwise you're going to pay him back. I really hope he goes to the proper authorities. Other people can too. Just to be honest, this is what they don't get either. Through all this dumb shit, they don't get that there's more. Let's see. I did like I said, there was this asking for more money. Remember, she asked for more money from this guy last night. And this is part of that. The problem is that David R. won't message Lisa, show receipts for donations. People donated, other people donated as well. Some of them who wanted to be anonymous. She's going to expect that. That doesn't have anything to do with that. You have to keep clear book records. So dumb. If you want to help, urge him to message her. There's a record of that. If it ever goes into court, keep that in mind. And this is where you get in the money thing. Pro bono attorneys can either be converted to pay, which BBB doesn't want, and or paid for expenses they incur in representing clients such as subpoenas, depots, document production. We are currently searching. You notice this, we here. Look, this is a thing, by the way. Thank you for giving, Germany some more proof that you're part of the thing. We are currently searching for another attorney to assist Bruce in representing MPJCHG now and in the near future. You like that? I think that is a fascinating disclosure. But they were asking him for more money for this too. They are indeed all. Again, new lawsuit. Like I said, I figure Jeremy will probably talk about it. So, Shizzy may talk about. I do not want the first time I talk about it. I think it'll be more fun with Megan. I think that'll be more fun. I'm not in a hurry to be number one. On something. Again, it's Jeremy's stuff. Period. So, that. Above and beyond anything, I'm curious what he has to say on it, but I'm not prepped on it yet. I want to look at it, read it, and I think it'll be more fun to cover with Megan with a new one. But I do think it's fascinating. They keep talking about the lawsuit. I'm very curious how they think that they will bring up a child in this stuff with MP's own comments about the red flags in her life. And with BBB actually verifying those messages were real. I wonder how the fuck they think that'll play. I do not doubt that they'll try to sue, but I wonder how in the world they think that'll ever play. I love this one. I'm telling you, the tug stuff. I showed that one before. Oh my God. I like it too. Oh, they're all liars. Remember though, they hate us, right? They hate Megan. They hate me, but they also hate the guy who gave $70K and helped build this channel and make them a bunch of money. A bunch, You notice they won't, like, you have people that are speculating here saying, oh, it was already confirmed. They're just fucking accepting this as in blind faith with this stuff. It's like this. I'll ask you all I want a 1 for yes, 2 for no on this question. Okay. Would you let 2L number 1 into your bank account thinking that they would not steal from you? Just straight up. Do you have that faith? Would you let anyone else in your bank account like that? Because that's what these people, they seem to be okay with. Blind faith. They wouldn't do that though. They would never actually play that out, but they'll let them into somebody else's bank account. They'll let them control money that wasn't given to them. They will let them go after that. I mean, it's bizarre. They're not a money manager, and yet they are. They're keeping someone else's money. They're refusing to, again, show any type of transparency. It's fucking crazy. It's so wild. This is the thing I was talking about too. Just to throw this in here, because I mentioned it a few times, but I didn't bring it up. They were asking for money from this guy yesterday. Again, in the middle of all of this shit. With Marla Hughes attacking this dude, this David the donor. They were asking him, if you missed it for some reason, even if you didn't, it's a good refresher. We're setting up a process to donate to fund another attorney and to pay defense expenses for MPJCHG. Would you donate to a trust for such a purpose? So they were milking him for more money, even in that. I said, they treat him like shit and ask for more money. I mean, it's just wild, all this stuff. And again, you saw her statements on that. Her statements I pulled up. And these people kill me. Okay, this is one of the big defenders of these folks. And it amazes me because, like, this person went from yesterday being like, there was no 200, there was no 56K. That's not real. You don't even know the total too. Well, that was donated in December. It was live. He gave her super chats the next day. I love it. I mean, these fucking people are crazy. The enablers are nuts, man. They are nuts. And I love how fucking bizarre and stupid they are. They will defend anything point blank. Like the people who enable this stuff. And to be honest, I hate to say it, but David the donor was one of those too. He enabled it. He enabled it. He gave these people an insane amount of money, and God knows what they've used it for. I mean, oh my God. I mean, he's been sending, I believe, like David the donor too. At first, you know, the amount of money and everything that came with it. I don't think he wanted to be public, but yet he came up public. And that's just crazy. But anyway, I'm going to do super chats now. Tonight, like I said, Jeremy has a live stream. We'll get ready and kick you all over there. It's still a little while, but we'll talk toward the end of this. Let's talk about whatever. AM, by the way, I'm going to catch a few people. Donated to PayPal. Thanks for the $25 there. That's cool of you. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. Cheryl dropped a tenner right there too. Thank you, Cheryl. That's very nice of you too. It is. I appreciate you folks there. RA dropped 10 too. Hugs and love. Said, hey, appreciate that. That, like I said, that's awesome. I mean, you folks, it's been every time I have crazy days, I'm like, man, I'm gonna go live and have fun. It has been it's been a crazy months, but it's been good too. So I covered the Vanessa one. Get off though. Thank you, Vanessa. Appreciate you. Misbehaving dropped a gifted membership right in there too. Thank you, Misbehaving. Appreciate you. Liz, what's up, Liz? Liz D dropped 5 gifted memberships. Man, Liz, thank you. Liz D, always appreciate it. Fallen Hero dropped a super chat. There is no statement. They should allow you to say something on every super chat level. They don't at that level, but it is a statement in itself. Thank you. Suzette, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships too. Thank you, Suzette. Appreciate that. What is your avatar? I'm trying to make your avatar out. What is your avatar? I can't tell if you're in the chat still. What is your avatar? Misbehaving said, thanks for that. Ooh, Doug D's. Yes, indeed. Well, that lawsuit will be fascinating to look through. You know, it'll be good. Like I said, we'll hit it tomorrow. And I'm sure there'll be a lot on it. Right now, again, I want you to consider this too. We have the federal lawsuit, right? We have a new potential lawsuit. We have the Trespass 5. We have whatever the hell is going on with the thumbnail litigation. we have the countersuit that they've tried to kick off. I mean, this case is crazy. Content Santa, baby. Oh man. Lily Smith, thanks for the 5 there. Someone needs to show them their stuff is being stolen. Yeah, I don't know how to make this any clearer to these folks. Like, asking for transparency. I'm not talking about, again, somebody saying, well, some money's going to go here or there. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean a thing. The real message is in true transparency. You know, them saying, yeah, you know, we spent $49.95 on this item right here. You know, we had to spend $115.52 at Lowe's for nails. You know, whatever. That's transparency. Not, well, it's going to cost this or that. That doesn't mean anything. How is the money spent yet? You know, if you haven't, that's what I do not get. How are you saying money is already spent when you're saying that you don't have materials or anything else yet? You know, this guy, he wants an accounting. I mean, it just gets weirder and weirder. They do owe this guy an explanation. So insane. Sandra, what's up, Sandra D? Thank you for the gifted membership too. Thank you, Sandra. Appreciate you there. Frankie, thanks for the 10 there. They need to show receipts. Yes. It still flabbergasts me that people trust them. Yes. Trusting anybody blindly is insane. Anyone. I wouldn't open my bank account to anyone. I mean, let me be honest. I would never let anybody into my life with that. I don't know what they're doing. And neither should you. You know, you decide. Like when I'm laying out stuff for you, again, I'm basing what I say off of receipts that I'm showing you. And you can say, yes, I look at that and I think this, or no. But I try to show you receipts. And this isn't the first time this stuff has popped off. In fact, when we first started talking about all of this, we started talking about it with David, the donor, having questions because of the backgrounds of some of the players around this stuff. Just a second, Raider. Yes. She what? Well, tell her to...
call or text her.
Well, okay.
If you said that, what you texted her?
Okay. Okay. Well, you go. Go then. Go. All right. Well, I'm saying. You go up there then. Goodness. It's like I'm going. I was like, oh, what? Oh, it's funny. Okay. Sorry about that. But they need to show receipts, yes. Like when it all kicked off, again, David the donor was just asking for transparency because of backgrounds. We talked about everything that was attached to that, and he wanted to know. And what really bothers me was this, is how many other Davids have been attached to this. They gave money and are afraid to speak up now. Like David, it has taken some stones to actually call these people out. Although it does amaze me, he is still mixed up in the fucking ecosystem. Like it fascinates me. Don't you have like one fucking clear thought, David? Like one that maybe, just maybe, if you're mixed up with fucking just scumbags like that, that maybe there's a problem. Like maybe you should look at the actual evidence that's out there. Maybe you should look at some. Or are you at a point where you can't admit that because you dropped 70K? You probably dropped $100,000 on these people already because of super chats and all of that other stuff. Is that what the problem is? You can't actually admit it because if you were wrong, you were 6 figures wrong, and that would be so embarrassing that you can't stand that idea. Is that what it is? Like, I don't get it, man. I mean, it takes some stones to speak up, but like there's this problem. You can't switch it to the next level and think, hey, maybe if I were wrong about this one thing, maybe I were wrong about it all. That just doesn't dawn on you at all. Because again, maybe being 6-figure wrong, maybe that's something you can't abide, but maybe that's you, buddy. And if that pisses you off, hey, so what? I don't give a shit. I'm not the one who dropped 100K on these people or more, probably. Ugh. Elu, thanks for the fun. Marla has no shame. They are all for instant results and not what could happen in the future. Yep. Glad to catch you alive and stay awake. Flu got us back. Oh, well, make sure that you're looking out for your health. That flu is rough. A lot of us have gotten hit with it. That is not fun. You just make sure that you look after yourself. And yeah, it's been a little earlier today. One of the reasons we go later in the day is like when Megan and I work with each other, especially, that time slot is one where her life, like doing whatever, opens up at that specific time and it works, and mine does. So that's why we work at that time. And it, again, it's late for people. I understand, especially you folks in the UK or wherever outside the US. I realize it's a late time. It's just aligning to, people with families. If we were folks that didn't have anything, I would definitely go earlier too. Yeah, for sure. But I appreciate all of you. And really, Elu, I hope that you are feeling better. I hope everyone around you is too. That's a rough go. Ryder Chick, thanks for the 5. Tuck, glad you're on today. I'm sitting back eating popcorn, watching the what the hell's ecosystem implode. BBB is suspiciously quiet. Yeah, I wondered what was up with that too. You notice we haven't had one guy sounding off that typically would. BBB. Like typically BBB would be hammering away trying to take up for something. I wonder. You know, the thing is, like BBB's got to be careful in that too, because I wouldn't want my name attached to this shit. But he's like, oh, you know, there's a problem though. You've used them as your mouthpiece, sir. you said in their chat all the time, and you tell them what to do. They are your mouthpiece. So if they ended up scamming some people, woo, buddy, it's going to reflect bad on you. It's going to reflect really bad, especially considering letters that he writes. He's wrote people and told them, when he's telling people, oh, you want to check out a channel on this thing, check out 2 L's. Huh. Yeah, check out the channel that's having to defend itself from allegations of scamming 70K. Awesome, dude. Oh, man. BX, thanks for the 1 month there. Hello to everyone. Well, hello to you, too. Is that PDX Paranormal? Yeah, I see it now. For a minute there, the symbols threw me off there. I like that. I like that font, by the way. But hey there, hope you're doing good. Gotcha, son. What's up? Y'all indeed. It's the devil himself. I appreciate you, gotcha, son. Appreciate you a lot, man. City Chief, too. Thanks for the 5. From what I've read, direct gifts are limited by the donor, not the recipient. No limits on how much you can get. Still have to report YouTube income. Yeah, I'd have to check, because I keep thinking, see, you do have to report over a certain amount. It's kind of like this with donations outside of the channel. Like if you give PayPal or something with this channel, right? There's a limit or a threshold I can call gifts. And then after that threshold, I'd have to report. And I can't remember the specific amount. Like I know because my tax attorney, I have to talk to them about all this mess. You know, what do I have to report? What don't I have to report? What all I can write off? You know, all that, blah, 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 blah. You know, and you can write off a lot. That's one reason. One of the reasons I like doing comics and stuff is all of the creation there is fun and stuff. And it also, you know, at the end of the year, I can write off some of it too. But it's also great stuff. But yeah. One of the things with that was gifts. And the gifting thing, like I said, I don't remember the exact amount. I have to talk to, I'll ask my tax guy. I'll ask him. He could tell me again. He's told me before, but I ask him again. Misbehaving, thanks for the 2. That isn't a fence. It's a screen. That's true. They said it was so funny when they were talking, by the way, about the fence. They were like, we didn't buy the original one because it had all these holes and stuff in it. We bought a better one. And I was like, oh my God, this is the better one? Holy crap. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? What was the other one, in a dumpster? I mean, holy crap, man. Oh my God. No way. Big K, thank you for the gifted membership, dude. Thank you, Big K. I appreciate you. Here all the time, too. Appreciate you. I see you all the time there. Jesse, thanks for the 5 there. Can we look to see if Walt's husband has his fees paid off? Would that be part of public record? I don't know. You know, also, here's the thing. I don't think restitution would be part of public record. I'm not sure though. I've never had to pay that back, so I can't remember right off the bat. You know, there are other fees that come in with all that stuff as well, too. You know, everything from your PO to just anything you have to deal with. You know, if there's something that keeps up with testing, anything. I don't know exactly what conditions were set, but there'd be a lot of stuff that would come in. And yeah, I mean, these folks, what really is strange to me, again, everyone getting new technology and more. Now, granted, I had to combine 4 lines. there are 4 phones that are connected with myself, and you can find some pretty good deals. Actually, this is random, but I had 4 lines that I needed to combine into one. And for real, I was looking at the price through a Verizon versus AT&T. Good Lord, man. it's like it's like half the price going from one to the other. So I mean, you could get new technology as far as phones, but computers and stuff, how would that work? How would you get new technology like that? Either donors, either secondhand and calling it new, maybe like, I don't get the feeling like Storage Boy is finding them computers, I'm saying, and like handing them all out or something. I don't think that kind of stuff's happening. Maybe a donor. I have no idea, but it's very bizarre, right? Everybody gets new tech and everything else when the money machine is on. Strange, isn't it? Misbehaving though. Remember you getting paid a high amount during debt. You caught it and realized it was a mistake. You tried to help person to get it back. Oh yeah. Like I've had that happen a couple of times with super chats. Yeah. Now with super chats, I can't automatically refund a super chat. That's not how it works. And YouTube takes a portion. So I tell people, like, if you accidentally, like, if there was a large amount there, call your bank right away, do something about it. The platform doesn't let me say what I just said, so I'm not specifically known. But yeah, if you want to help this channel, yes, I 100% appreciate it every day in the year. But if you made a mistake on it, 100%. Yeah, there was one person, like, we had to go like to an insane level to fix their issue back when. That's how I learned how to do that a lot better, because it was just a mess. YouTube should have a button that would allow me to just, to cancel one if it came in. But it unfortunately doesn't. But yeah, I've had to do that. There was one person that put 2 zeros on something on. Oh no, they forgot to put a period, like where it went, and they put an exceptionally high number. And yeah, it took a minute to get it back, but it was theirs. They like I said, I remember that very well too. It took weeks to. It's so ridiculous. Thank you. I'm glad that showed. Yeah, if somebody. I don't run donations for other people either. I might help out with something that's set up, like the stuff with Jeff, for example. I would show, but I wouldn't run it myself. It's got to be set up a certain way. I got to make sure that, like it's through a crowdfunding site where you can see how much it's actually asked for. See, this is the thing that bothers me about the LMNOP mess. You don't even know how much money's being asked for. And you're seeing that. They went from saying, oh man, everything's going to be paid now with this money, to it's not enough. And it's wild to see how much money is not enough anymore, right? The lurker, thanks for the 2 in chat. Only me texted. He gave 56,000 US dollars. Did he say that last night? Because the other day he did not say US dollars. Yesterday he said 56,000. He would bring it up, but he didn't say US dollars. He never put that on there. And again, they were talking about last night, they were bringing up conversion rates repeatedly. So I did not see that. Now, I'm not saying it did not happen. Maybe you saw something I didn't see, but I've seen 56K brought up over and over again. Now, the number 56K was indeed confirmed. Just a note, they confirmed it. They caught themselves in a bad spot, because you see this right here, but you notice they never said it before. David had to say it first. You notice that? Because they would have never admitted to that much money. Because if you tell people, hey, I've raised 56,000, either again pounds or dollars, if you tell people, they're going to be a lot less willing to give money. Like they're going to be a lot slower about that. Let me see something real quick. Give me a second. Huh. Give me a minute here. What is this? I'm looking. I'm looking at what Max Lab sent over. There's another motion by Bruce too. Yeah, so it's a short motion. I'm looking at that. Thank you, Max Lab, by the way. I'm looking at it. Oh, he's so mad about the oh my God, we're gonna have fun tomorrow. Thank you, Max Lab, by the way. That one, he's throwing a fit. He wants more time so he can sit down and file a response to the 12B1 motion that Randy filed. So he's having a little shit fit about it. He's like, oh my God, there's a misrepresentation on what I did. You know, that thing, like him writing to Whatnot, for example. His excuse has been, well, they CC'd me in this, and therefore, oh no. No, you made it clear what you did. You're just he's actually trying to distort what happened. You know, he was CC'd in something, so there was transparency with communication. And he decided to respond and say all these terrible things, making sure that Whatnot saw it. And now he's like, oh no, I'm being misrepresented. And all this other stuff, which is fascinating. And now I hope to God Randy just destroys him for this shit. Because anytime he gets caught doing something nasty, he tries to pretend that the reality of that was not the reality. You notice he's playing that game when it comes to the quotes that he used, the cases and stuff. He's trying to use that Whatnot. He tried to use that from Gainesville to Gainesville. It doesn't matter. Anytime something points at him and he gets called out, he throws a fit. You hear the girls yelling at each other. Listen to that. Can you hear it? That's the little one. She's like, I want to watch Coco Melon. It's funny. I don't know if you could hear that, but it's pretty funny. Anyway, thank you, Larker, by the way. I'll look and see if there was a clarification. Like I said, I don't remember him adding US dollars unless Hazel Monty. Thank you for the 5 gifted membership. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. How is that pronounced? Beat? Is that how that's was that pronounced beat? Is that it? I'm just wondering. It always throws me off when I don't know a name exactly. So I want to see if I'm getting it right there. Thanks for that $10 super sticker too. Thank you. Appreciate you. Emmy, thanks for the 10. People arguing over whether it's 56K or 70K. Yeah, that's a lot of money. Exactly. The only way to know the true amount is for full transparency. That's indeed correct too. And it doesn't fall on David the donor to give us transparency either. That's another thing that I would note in that. It's actually up to the person running all of this stuff, asking for donations. It's up to them. And yes, you're correct. No matter what the amount is, that is a very good point. That is a lot of money. That is a life-changing amount of money. Most people, if somebody dropped freaking $56,000 on me right now, you know what I could do with that? That'd be amazing. I'd be like, oh my God. And no, I'm not asking for 56K. I'm just saying, if 56K that I did not know I had coming popped into my life, could you imagine? Could you imagine all the stuff you could do with that? That would be amazing. I would. I mean, so to say, like the way that that's played, no matter what, you were talking about high dollars here. Again, in this area where I live, 56,000 is a very good income, like a very good income. So, I mean, for most people, that's life-changing amounts of money. Like I said, I'd love to have 56 grand. I'm sure all of you would too. That'd be amazing. So for for these people, they played it down like it's not anything really. Like, and that's an amazing amount of money. But yeah, you're right there too. Most people, when they're talking about it, they're trying to figure out what the exact amount is, though. That way we know exactly how much money has been brought into the till. But yeah, 56 grand being brought in. Let's just go with that number right there. 56 grand off of one donor. How many other donors have there been? I'm sure, worst case scenario, they made $10,000 more dollars. Worst case, I'd say. So you'd be talking about close to $70,000 easily. I mean, they have got, God, there's no telling how much money. Best case scenario, who knows? I mean, again, every time they have their little crying spells, they love to have those, by the way. Like last night, the other thing that they had going on, big money super chat. Oh, poor you. Poor you. People are questioning your motives. They're questioning whether or not, you're actually ripping people off or not. Okay. They want transparency. Poor you. Have $100. I think, are you guys kidding me? That is so bizarre. That's not backing a channel. That's telling somebody no transparency is okay. That's bizarre to me. Ted Angel, hey, what's up? Thanks for the 28 months. Hugs and love to you, Bug and Lug. Thank you. Hugs and love. Amazing chat and mods. Glad you're feeling better, Tuck. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, love to the mods. Loves to everybody. I am feeling better. I still have, like I said, some discomfort. I have 3 spots around my heart that do not feel good. They hurt, They're there. There's something that's there. But the thing that was impeding my entire life was related to whatever's doing that. It drops out it bottoms my blood pressure out. And I didn't realize that. Now I do. Also, whatever the problem was the other day, like I said, I had to go to the ER because I had internal bleeding, which was not fun. But that was not life-threatening. Woohoo! Thank God. So it's been working out for sure. I look at it every day. I get up and I'm healthy, to that degree that I can get up and do things. I'm fortunate. So I'm not complaining at all. I love it. I love being here and I love running the show. It's fun. Pirate Bro, thanks for the 2. Waiting for LMNOP to ask where the money is. Drama. Yeah. I mean, one day she's going to wake up. Like I do wonder, why isn't she asking about how much money there is? She says, I don't know how much money there is. Again, is that just speaking publicly? So you have deniability. So maybe you can handle the implications of all that money. If you're asked how much extra you had in court or something, there's deniability. Maybe she's even been coached to do that by a lawyer. Who knows? I don't know. Or is it the other way? Does she really not know? And maybe she's afraid of cutting off the money spigot because she's not able to ever raise money. You got to remember this. She's never been able to do it directly, but the 2 L's have been able to do it. Like she got out there and just squawked and yelled about shit. I mean, I would say it wouldn't work, but then again, I've listened to the 2L program. It's awful to fucking listen to. I don't get it. I do not get how people sit through that. I don't know. Exposing. I love X-Files. Thanks for the 5. Maybe there could be a RICO case after all. Money washing, etc. Yeah, you have to wonder. Well, we'll see what happens with all that. I mean, we do have something new. Max Lab, thanks for the 2 there. Hey, Tug, how you doing, brother? Thank you, by the way, for the mailing. Appreciate that. It's awesome. Appreciate Max Lab, too. Good person. Yeah. Helps out with a lot of stuff. Keeps people informed with that. It's good stuff. Been attacked for it, too, which is crazy. Mama Laura, thanks for the 3 months. Is LMLP saying gifts are tax deductible? In Canada, you must receipts from where you donated, gifts, funds. She's saying that she doesn't have to report them at all. She's saying she doesn't even have to report them, like, period. Like, and again, there's a certain level where you don't have to. Like, I can go and give somebody $100 and it not be a problem. The government doesn't get a slice of that. You don't have to report any of that. But when you get to certain levels, you can see why that would be a problem. You know, they want to know about it. Yep. Thanks for the 2 months. I see it's LL Midnight Moon. We will see. We will see. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Whoosh. Now, there's still a lot of money out there. Like, nobody's disappearing. I mean, they got a lot of money on the line. Weezy Wheels, thanks to the 2 there. I am Jeremy. Oh, my God. Dun, dun, dun. Well, I blame you then. Ginger Jim, I do like that. Everybody's Jeremy. You know, do think it's funny. Ginger Jim, thanks for the 10. I just have an awful feeling that the British donor may have some mental illness, is really lonely, likes the attention his donations give him. Something's off. Yesterday, he sounded off. A lot of people, again, in that chat were saying, he's drunk, he's drunk. Maybe he was, I don't know. But he sounded off. And I wondered, does he have some kind of mental condition? Is he older, maybe? Is he vulnerable? Is he part of a vulnerable population? And he gave a lot of money to something? You know, being well off does not mean that people should be scamming you either. You know, you can. I agree though. There's something weird about it. Emmy, thanks for the vibe there. Thank you, mods, for your amazing nunchuck skills. Indeed, you all deserve awards for your patience and dedication. Yes, there's a lot crazy that happens. So, indeed. Daily Dysfunction, thanks for the 2. Appreciate you too. Hey, appreciate you as well there. Thank you, Daily Dysfunction. Max Lab, thanks for the 2. No luck on the new case anywhere. Tug Shizzy has it. Yeah, I'll end up getting it. I haven't even been after it. Yeah, I saw the front page of it, but I've not hunted it down yet. You know, because I haven't wanted to read it yet. I'll have it for, like, it wasn't for tonight anyway. As far as live stream goes, it wasn't for tonight, and so I didn't go and try to dig it up. But yeah, Shizzy will have it. That's good then. Shizzy will cover. That might be fun to hear. I'm sure Jeremy, like I said, will bring it up tonight. That'll be a good talk too. He'll have a great live stream. You all have to check it out tonight. Emma, thanks for the 5 there. Never give away money you can't afford to lose. That is very, very true. Even if you can, though, and you give it, it should go to the stated purpose. You know what I mean? Like people shouldn't rip off a person that, like, if I give money to some homeless charity, I want it going to the homeless. You know, I don't want it going to. I don't want it going to someone else. Oh my God! I'm setting up the live stream for tonight. By the way, I'm switch over. Okay, just give me a minute. Jeremy's still got 40 minutes. I'm taking my time with Todd. We're just talking and goofing off right now, you know. But I'm on top of that. I'm taking my time on the stuff because the thing that I'm going to refer you over to. Give me 1 minute. I'm setting it up real fast. Then we'll continue. I don't know. I'm really chatty today too. It's part of that medication thing. Like I said, it makes me talk. Blah, blah, blah. This is crazy though. I mentioned this funny thing. You know, I've never really brought this case up that much on Twitter, right? I've never actually gotten into talking about it a lot. But if they really want attention on platforms, they can have it. You know, like here, for example, check this out. So if you notice, I put this up a few hours ago. Check this out here. I posted this a few hours ago talking about the YouTuber accused of stealing $56K from one donor by or 56,000. I just put in there, you know, or 56,000. Now I've asked for public transparency for months. There was no total amount given, total amount needed, total amount given. I haven't received. If receipts aren't offered, police have to get involved. So you notice already on just this, you've got almost 8,000 views, 156 likes. We could really have some discussions on that too. If they like I said, I want public freaking disclosure on this. If we're not going to get it, mess. The Loud Lord B, thank you for the 249. Candy's a lip gloss for Buck. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. That is awesome. Suzanne, thanks for the 5. The money's one thing to report, but is she truly disabled? Many videos are running, lifting heavy things with ease. I don't know what her specific disability is. I mean, like for me, you know, you'll see me get along all right sometimes, right? But I have a permanent disability. I don't gain disability or anything, but I have like a disabled placard, for example, which is you know, I do have a permanent disability because of my knee and all the wonderful problems from it. So I'm not really sure, you know, there can be disabilities for a lot of stuff. So I'm not sure what, as far as running and stuff though, yeah, it is fascinating. She's got the mobility, and yet I've seen claims of not being mobile. Vanessa dropped that $10 super sticker. I got to see that one drop in too. Thank you, Vanessa. I appreciate that. That's awesome there. Lewis, thanks for the 2 there. A bug reminds me of my granddaughter. And well, thank you for that. Yeah. She's a cutie. She's funny. She is wild too. Where she's little, you know, she's half the age of Sissy. So Sissy's much bigger than her. So she's very vocal. You know, she's learned that I'm smaller than everyone, but I'm louder than everyone. I love it. LAS, thanks for the 10. Those few subscribers over there need to consider which of them is going to be next to get the wrath of those they're able to support while they gang up on their own in the chat. That's true. Yeah. Yeah. What happens when? It's like that. It is exactly like that. If you have a question or you mention something, they turn on you and quickly. They kick you out because they demand fealty. It's the same thing they did to everyone from Slug to Shara. You know, they demanded, otherwise you are a traitor. See, I remember the first conversations that Slug had with Stupid Dave. And we're already talking about optics on it. If Slug talked about anything that came up there, people might perceive him as a traitor. And that, I mean, that's telling. Allie, thanks for that too. That is a good point. Alu, thanks for the 5. I wonder how much past legal debt has been paid off. Fleeing one felon. Just a thought. Thanks, Doug, for everything. Yeah, you gotta wonder, don't you? That is a good point. How much clearing the past for certain people around them? How has that worked out? Restitution. You know what amazes me is that people in the ecosystem don't give a fuck about the kind of horrible fucking people that they align themselves with. I mean, again, like paint chips, for example. Holy crap, man. I'd have been like, no, no way. 100% no way. But they were like, yeah, that's good. Mama Laura, thanks for the 5. There, can Dave file a complaint? Yes, very much so in the UK, yes. Will it take crime to a whole new level? Yes. Does international law have to say? I think it would break quite a few different laws, you know, because you're not just, I mean, you're talking about international crime. Now, I don't know how that would link up again, we would say, but it wouldn't just be him either. I mean, the amounts are a problem too, because it's not just the crime itself, it's the amount of money. It would definitely be a firework display of epic proportion. We do know that with it, but for specifics, it might be fun to ask a lawyer. AKA the Cat Lady, thanks for the 10 there. Watch a horse rescue channel. Every video is marked fundraiser. Yes, that is what it actually helps you in the algorithm. It's fundraiser marketing. It helps them. And there's a dollar amount listed at the top. There's also a public charity website to check where money is going for. Well, yes, that's how you're supposed to do it. You are 100% right with that. That's how it's supposed to go. It's externally set up. You also, if any money comes in, you know, fundraising is happening there. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Taz, thanks for the 2. Preach it, Tug. Love and hugs. Well, thank you for that. I did get a little bit on the side for just a minute. And I was like, wait, calm down for a minute. Emma, thanks for the 5. He knows what these people were. Maybe not at first, but he kept giving money anyway. I don't feel sorry for him. I could be so blind to their index. Indeed. Well, you know, a lot of people, I think a lot of people fall for the kid thing. I think it does. You know, I know how I feel about seeing stuff with kids. You know, it blinds you. And oh my God, child being, you know, whatever. It's worked for them and it's worked well. So, I mean, maybe that's an angle. Karen, thanks for the 5. Maybe journalists will have an affair with his victim. Gross. Gross. Oh, I have my favorites. Thanks for the 5. Y'all made me laugh with the screenshots. I know they're funny, man. Like typically, like I said, I don't care, especially with the chat. Like I don't really care about them. But what it shows you is it shows you the divide. It shows you what these people are really doing, and they are destroying one another. And it's a lot of fun to watch. I have to say, I'm enjoying it. Rhea Rye, thanks for the 5 there. You should see the shed my husband built. It is foundation of the Parthenon, hurricane proof. He ever does everything. Didn't cost him $56K. Indeed. Indeed. Well, they're taking a barn conversion. They're supposed to be taking a barn dominium, you know, and turning, it's already got the shell. So the outer walls are already erected. So it's really interior and quote unquote making it livable inside. So you're telling me the costs of everything inside are going to cost over the amount of money they've already had? Over $50,000? Are you kidding me? No way. No way. And thanks for the 2 months. And she bought the most expensive fence because the others had holes in it. Remember, exactly. You got it there. Love your coverage, sir. Stay well. Thank you. Exactly though. Yeah, they had holes in them. I saw that, man. I was like, are you kidding me? That's nuts. That's so funny. Elsie, thanks for the 10 there. So how could it be a personal attack to say atheists go to hell? Atheists don't believe in hell? Wouldn't that be similar to saying atheists go to Neverland or Magic? Well, yeah, you would think, right? I mean, it's true. Some people just want to, in the moment, like when they turn on a person, everything that happened before will suddenly click. Oh, yeah, by the way. And you'll watch. It'll amp up and they'll destroy one another over this. This is actually the fun stuff to watch too. Now, like I said, Stupid Dave has no spine. He is a spineless coward. And yes, I'm saying that about you, fat boy. You are a spineless coward and you won't stand up. You won't stand up for that donor that's asking you. He's begging you for help. Oh, you'll interview him, but you won't be like, hey, maybe you should call the police. No, you got to be like, Chad drama. Dude, are you kidding me? Like, it's just pathetic. All of them are pathetic because not one of them has the spine to say, hey, maybe you should involve the police in that. Again, that would sort it real quick, you know? But they just want to treat it like it's nothing. They still want to get money from dude, though. You know what it is? They still want to milk David's donor for more money. All of them do. They all want him there. They all want to squeeze a little bit more of that money out of it. And that makes me sad in its own way. Because again, if people want to back something, that's one thing. But they're dancing on eggshells because they want to keep this guy, but they're afraid of turning 2L against them because they're afraid because they know how nasty these people are. But that just tells you a little bit about who they deal with and who they are themselves. Fucking cowards, man. Rick Cowboy, thank you for the 2 there. Tug, keep tugging, you tugger. Oh, no, tuggerific, baby. Thank you. Also, thanks for the other 2 there. For the Lie Club. The Lie Club. Oh man, are we gonna start a club for them? I'm just playing. Thank you. Terry, thanks for the 20 there. Tug, please stop holding back. Tell us how you really feel. Indeed. Just FYI, Guapo is not a real name. It's just YouTube name. I used to be one of his mods. I stopped watching him long before this crap started. I was just bored with this stuff. Yeah, I just don't bring up the name. The reason I don't bring it up is not because of using their real name. It's just because I'm not giving them traffic. They don't deserve it. They don't get anything from me, you know. But in certain circumstances, I will. Like in this mess, I do want you to know who I'm talking about specifically. because it's funny to watch. And it'll be funny when they take each other apart too. Jada, thanks for the 5. There's my. Just a second, I got a little one probably. Yeah, babe.
You feeling all right?
Yeah, I'm feeling all right.
Just gotta make sure.
Yeah. Well, thank you for checking in on me. You know, that's nice of you to check on me.
Of course I check on you.
Of course you do. I know you're nice like that. Are you gonna steal him for a minute? No, I thought you were gonna steal him for a minute.
Here, so you have something to rest your
Oh,
head
well,
on.
thank you. I appreciate it. Oh man, he's nice, comfortable. Hey, thank you.
Why do you go upstairs?
I'll tell Dad I was listening to Dad.
Hey, you go upstairs too, kiddo.
I was
Sissy's coming back
listening
up.
to you, Dad.
Huh?
I was listening to you, Dad.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Sissy was just checking on me for a minute. You're all checking on me? That's nice of you. Thank you. Look at that. That's really nice. Like they were checking on me. They also brought me, you know the show Spirited Away cartoon? You know, No Face? They brought me a big old No Face to set with me. So you keep me company. We got a big plushie set with me now. That was nice. So Jada, thank you for the 5 there. Somebody specifically given for pizza bites, milky milk, and Easter peeps. I shall await my receipt. Indeed. Well, thank you for that. I shall get that receipt now. Vicky, thanks for the 5. I'd like to know the other groups on their side. I'd like to know all of the ones that are attached to this because it is crazy. It very much is. I'd like to know every one of them. That's why I think they take away certain names sometimes too, because they don't want you to know who all is in it. Man, Jeff Grady dropped a 50 there. There's not a statement attached to it, but like I say, that is a statement. Your backing channel is a statement in of itself, and thank you for that. That's very nice of y'all. Very cool, man. Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate that, man. It's awesome. Paul, thanks for the 5 there. I think you'd have to be registered PFA or attorney to hold someone else's money. That amount includes bonding. Yeah, I wonder, you know, they are playing the role of money manager. Isn't that a little odd? What do I know, right? They got a lawyer to talk to. What do I know? There, thanks to the 10 months there. While you're on your rant about donations, I felt like I was in trouble. I was just listening. So it's in the chat you were showing. You're in trouble. Oh, no, you're loved, my friend. You're very loved and appreciated. Thank you. Red Wolf, thanks for the super sticker on that. Thank you, Red Wolf. Good to see you too. Appreciate that. I like your avatar, by the way. Jazz, thanks for too. David R, yeah, he effed around and he found it out, didn't he? Now he knows. That is very true. That is very true. Rebel dropped a $20 super sticker, by the way. Thank you, Rebel. By the way, and thanks, give Rebel love. Like I said, the mods out there, you guys, you're always bombarded with crazy and stupid. And the only time mods are really, I mean, some of you do notice. I don't mean that for everyone out there, but the only time mods are typically mentioned is when somebody wants to get mad about something. But I want to give the mods love on that. Thank you, Rebel. Great, appreciate you. Vanessa too, thank you. Thanks for the 10 tub. Please don't forget our dear friend Rexy. We love her. She's a valuable member of the chat for a long time. Thanks again. Oh, for sure. Yes, for sure. Much love to you. There are so many of you. Like I said, you are very, you all are. You're valuable. And I appreciate you. You are the channel. But more than that, I mean, you all are the people. Again, I have every confidence in my life that if I ever needed or anything, like you people would help me. And I love you folks for that. I love that you show up. You built this thing. It's amazing. So thank you. Again, you are valuable. Angie, thanks for the 2 months there. Thank you for all you show us, informative and entertaining. And if some wish to remain clueless, that's true. LPU will prove it when the bus hits them one day soon. Indeed. Indeed. Misbehaving. Thanks for the 6 there. Hey, Marla, the lion, the witch, and the audacity. This itch. Indeed. Indeed. That is indeed true. That is indeed true. Hey, Leah, how you doing there? I like the hey there on that too. Love you. Hey, love returned on that. 39 months too. That's amazing. It's amazing. It's so amazing, like how long. Sometimes I forget how long I've been doing this too. I did check the document too. Thank you for sending that, Max Lab. Appreciate you, brother. So wild there. Dennis the Menace, thanks for that. 5 there. 19K for 2025 was 18K 2024. That's fascinating. It is fascinating. And you know, they don't have a business like depending on your business, you know, a successful business should be able to run like whether you hate him or not. Before, yeah, this is not a political statement, just to know, but before presidency, I heard a quote from Trump that I really liked. He said that successful businesses never make money, at least when it comes to the government. And I was like, man, that's actually a very true statement. A very successful business should never look like it makes money. So if they were running a business, you know, like they had write-offs and stuff, I could understand that. You know, write off everything and its mother, write off every gas mile and everything else, but they're not. Not. So, yeah. Mary, thanks for the 10 there. The issue that everyone ignoring is LP's nonprofit hasn't filed IRS since the end of 2022, nor a report with the Florida Department of Agriculture and Charities since she registered. That's fascinating as well. that could be a particular problem as well. Be something else. SF, thanks for 56K tax free. My house paid off. A new car bought. I'd be debt free, and a huge chunk of my monthly income would be able to be saved. Yeah, it's a big money. That's what I mean. Exactly, SF. I mean, 56K. If 56K just washed in, I mean, most of us would be like, yeah, amazing. These people do, and what they're doing is they're like, that's exactly, I think some of them, they're pulling that too. That's what, again, if you're not going to offer public transparency, I wonder how much of a slice everybody's getting off that. Emma, thanks for the 2. There's mental issues. I do feel bad for him. Yeah, I again, you know, I don't know what's up with him. I'm not going to guess at it there. But yeah, I mean, if we're talking about a vulnerable population, you know, he really does have some kind of problems, then yeah, I would feel bad for him with that. But as it stands right now, a guy duped out of his money knowing he sits over in, I mean, the ecosystem, he's fine with the ecosystem. He's just not fine with what they did to him. He's okay with what they do to Jeremy and other people, though. He's totally okay with that. That's where my problem lies, you know? It was all well and good while he was throwing money at them to get them to do shitty things, too. Until they did shitty things to him. Then it wasn't a problem anymore. That's where my problem is. Writer Chick thinks of the vibe. My mind never stops. That's how I am. I wonder how LMNOP plus R feels about possibly being taken by a bigger liar and grifter than she is. One has to wonder. Yes, I did wonder that myself. I wonder, like, does that ever roll in? You would think, like, people like that too. Type of personality she has, plus the other personalities that have gathered around her. How long does something like that hold together? You know, all it takes is one thing to strain it. It all falls apart and spectacularly. So we'll see. MT, thank you for that membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tux Thugs. Thank you for that. I appreciate you very much. What's up, Tease T? Good to see you, Tease T. Dropping 10 gifted memberships. I love watching those dance. Dancing there. Thank you. I don't know why I'm singing that. Thank you, Tease T. Oh, man. Paul, thanks for the 5 there. U.S. law requires DHS disclosure any national money over 15. Okay, so over 15K, you would have to have disclosure. So that gets interesting because you're talking about a much, much more. And yeah, a lot of that comes up because of, it comes up because of the drug laws that we have. That's where you get into that. Oh, Allie, yeah. Ask Black Belt Esther about UK fraud law. I haven't talked to him in a while. I actually need to hit him up anyway. I need to be like, yo, what's up, man? Just because I haven't talked to him in a long time. Bonnie, thanks for the 5. I asked them how to get a permit for Levy County, and 2L could I got frustrated, told me to do my homework. Rolling the floor laugh. That's how a lot of these people do your own homework. Isn't that interesting? Like if you ask me a question, I've done something, we're live, I'll just shoot the shit and talk about it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like, do your homework. Oh my God. That defense, that usually says something, doesn't it? Emma, thanks for the 2 there. Karma, we'll get them all in the end. Indeed. 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 Vanessa, thanks for the 10 there. Oh, how adorable. Both daughters checking on you. I loved both of them. Yeah, I know. That is very nice of them. They do that, though. They check in. They worry about my health. So they do check in on me. It's very nice of them. They're good kids, though. They are. They're really good kids. It's nice to have that. John, thanks for the 10. I can buy an already completed 16 by 50 shed house for $23K. So the infected fleas are full of crap. Indeed, that's what I'm saying, man. You can have something put together. You're talking about walls, insulation, all that. You can't tell me you can't get that put together for $50,000. Craziness, you know? Hey, Paul, thanks for the 2. Tug emailed you a link for the. I'll have to check that out then. Thank you, too. Appreciate the link for that. I will look it up for sure because the laws on that might be really fascinating. Amy, thanks for the 5 for the baby girls. Much love to you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that as well. So I gotta make sure I didn't. There's a couple more, but I'm making sure I didn't miss anything else out here. Taz, thanks for the 2 there. I'll give me a second there. Thanks for the 2. I had Megan and yourself had the best mods. Respect y'all. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, they're very good people. You know, they are. And again, you know, it's sad because it's only when. Hello, thanks for the 2. Grok is addicting. So fun. I know it is. That's why I hate that price increase on Twitter. I like the unlimited Grok use, you know, but I ain't paying $40 a month for it. Nothing about Twitter is worth $40 a month, you know. And yeah, you can get limited for $8. I just, you know, it used to be you had double the price. It was 18. It was 8 for regular, 16 for unlimited. So it was just double the price. Now it's 8 or 40. It's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. General Rico, thanks for the month there. Wait, I thought, God, well, both ways. That's indeed the thing. And either way, you know, no matter what you think in that, the whole point is, like, if you're talking about God, like if you're talking about your beliefs, you're talking about the Christian, your whatever belief there is, you're not insulting me by going out and talking about your beliefs. You know, for somebody to have a statement where, you know, if you have a specific belief and you think, hey man, not believing in something, well, you'll go to hell for that. Okay. Are you attacking me in that? No, not really. You're just stating something that's a personal belief. You're allowed to have them, you know, but they're going to target, they're all on the stupid Dave attack wagon. I think that's fine. I think that's funny. And Sin, thanks for the gifted membership too. Man, what a day there. See, it's just been, it just gets crazier every time. All right. So I think we have mined to the end of it. You know, tonight, by the way. So I'm sure tomorrow, Megan and myself will cover the lawsuit, you know, the new one. Check out Jeremy. I'm going to send you over there. Afterwards, Shizzy is going to go over the lawsuit. So definitely tune into Shizzy. Like, that's what I love about stuff. Look, I'm not worried. Like, I don't look at a lot of these things people cover. It's like a race again. Let's race to be first. Let's race to get it out there. And it's like, I'm not in competition with anybody with any of this. You watch Shizzy, watch them cover that, and tomorrow we'll cover it. It'll be fun. We'll have a lot of fun covering, laughing about whatever's there, laughing at whatever's stupid every day. You know, that everyone can have a good time. But Jeremy, I want you to check out his stuff for sure, because again, all of this is his real life. He's dealing with it. Like the one person in all of this that it really does matter at the end of the day is Jeremy Hales, because he's the one right in the center of it. Yeah. And Terry also, thanks for the fun there. I personally think they overspent on Christmas budget. Well, I don't know what they had. Like I said, there's no transparency on that either. They had people sending in items, you know, and throwing whatever in there. So if they spent, I mean, what'd they spend? You know, they had a lot of people giving money too. Like that was the other thing. Then they put in the weird rules about actually money, you know, it has to be clearly marked a certain way before it's actually donated. You know, it got really weird in that. So I'm not sure, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it plays. We'll see though. We'll see. Appreciate you, Terry, too. But hey, I'm going to send you over to Jeremy. And again, tonight, catch Shizzy. I know he's going to go over the lawsuit tonight. It'll be fun. And then tomorrow we'll pick it up and we'll have a lot of fun with it. All right. But I'll see you folks.